Do you have that family recipe that stirs up happy memories? You know, the one that Grandma used to make that every time you have it just brings a smile to your face? I'm Michelle from Cup of Zest, and today I'm going to share one of my family recipes with you. I'm going to show you how to make my Stovetop Rice Custard, and this recipe makes me think of my Grandpa Al every time I make it. So this is my Grandpa Al and Grandma Jean, and that's me as a baby. My grandparents grew up in New Orleans and then they moved out to Los Angeles. Grandma Jean passed away when I was a teenager and I miss her every single day. Grandpa Al currently lives in Reno, and whenever we get together, we love to cook. It's one of the best things. I just love it. So a couple years ago, Grandpa Al and I were getting ready to cook, and we were looking through one of my vintage cookbooks. He came across a recipe for a stovetop rice custard that looked really close to his grandma's recipe. So we made it, and it reminded him of his grandmother, which I thought was fantastic because now it reminds me of him. So let me show you how to make my family recipe. So let's go ahead and start by cooking our rice. We have 1.5 cups of Calrose rice. We're gonna cook it with 3 cups of water. And we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna cover our pot and bring it to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer. Once our rice comes to a simmer, we're going to let it cook for about 15 minutes until the rice is super soft and most of the liquid is gone. So while our rice is cooking, we are gonna make our custard base. We need 3 eggs. A little sugar. A little orange zest, some vanilla extract, just like a 1/2 teaspoon or so, and some freshly grated nutmeg. Now we're gonna whisk this together until it's a nice, beautiful, pale yellow. All right, that looks about right. It's a nice pale yellow, it's a little foamy, exactly what we want. Our rice is fully cooked. There's a little bit of water left in our pot, which is fantastic, what we want. And now we're just gonna add 2 cups of heavy cream. We're gonna cook our rice and cream together, stirring constantly until it comes to a boil. Then we'll reduce the heat to low. So our next step is super important. We're gonna temper our hot, heavy cream and rice mixture into our custard base. And the reason you temper is to help keep the eggs from curdling during the cooking process. So we're gonna take 1 scoop at a time and gradually whisk it into our egg base. And you're gonna do that about 3 times until the temperature of the egg base is about the same temperature as the cream. And then we put the custard base back into the pot with the rice. And then we're gonna stir this constantly until it's nice and thick and it coats the back of a spoon, which will take about 5 minutes. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, guys, promise. All right, our custard is ready to go. Oh my God, it looks so good, so creamy, and we're just gonna pour it into our serving dish. Get it all in there. And it needs to chill for a couple hours, at least 4, just so it can set. You can also put this in individual ramekins, which is really fun too. Nice and hot, so let's go refrigerate it. All right, here is our stovetop rice custard. I add a little more nutmeg on top because who doesn't love nutmeg? And let's dig in. Take a nice big bite, you know, give myself a serving. My goodness, I like a big serving, you know? There we go. I love the orange, I love the nutmeg in this. It's so good. Oh my God, I love it. Like, it's one of my favorites. Do you have a favorite family recipe? I'd love to hear it. Let me know all about it in the comments below. And for more retro recipes, make sure to subscribe.